actually on our way for my consultation for the new legs, and it's happening today. And I told you guys, if you watched my previous video that my husband made about this list, I don't want to go through that, but I told you guys in 2 days we're going to be going for a consultation to hear everything, how much it's going to cost us, if you want to go with this doctor, and how everything's going to go. So I'm taking you guys along because I told you guys that when it comes to getting new legs, I'm going to make sure that I take you with all the process. That way, hopefully it will help another person, or just in case my doctor does a good job, I can recommend him. So just in case they do a good job, I can tell you who did it them for me, and hopefully people that live in America can come here. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna go, so come with me. We are actually going to Scottsdale, Arizona. So you guys, I'm here to get my legs, my old legs there, sleeping down there. Goodbye. And I'm here looking at that stuff. So I'll tell you more about them. What do you say, hon? This one is cool. Look at that. Interesting. A little loose here. I mean, it's not as snuggy as this one on the other side.
Yeah, this side is one side smaller.
It's interesting that the knees are not the same size.
Yeah.
I mean the thighs for me. It's amazing how they're not the same. My thighs are not the same, guys. Isn't that crazy?
I wonder if my thighs are the same.
Huh?
I wonder if my thighs are the same.
I think they are. For me, I think it had everything to do with my amputation, because this leg had always have that little bump behind it. Okay.
It's just kind of the cap of the liner. So you'll have.
Okay.
But there's
Okay.
have an inch thick strap that will come out.
Oh, okay.
So if this is on your leg, right, the strap will come through that hole in there, right, and you'll come over.
Oh,
You'll loop it in Velcro.
yeah, you know, this one's kind of remind me of my first one when I was a baby, but they're not the same. My first one had two like shoelaces, so I had some things that I put on them, and they had a space here, so I would put them in, and I was able to adjust them and then tie it here.
Yeah.
So that's what my first ones were like. Maybe that's why I'm saying they were better, because they never got me those ones.
Was
But
it kind of like leather, like thigh lacer type thing?
Yes, it was like
that's
leather.
old school.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's exciting. I'm very excited.
Yeah, we'll be able to figure this out.
Nice.
However many tries it takes, we'll get it right. Because I know you can tolerate pressure there, right? That's kind of the benefit of being a knee disarticulate. But the more we can remove the weight from there and have it come through your leg, right, by squeezing it, will allow you to not get blisters down there and stuff, and keep walking.
Oh yeah. So what really costs them? Does it have anything to do with the surgery, or how does someone have phantom pain?
So they're not completely sure yet. It's just something that happens. You said yours is kind of part of a birth defect, right?
Yeah.
Your amputation. So it's less likely when it's congenital. The traumatic ones, something about when they do the amputation and cut the nerve, I think because they kind of go more of their life with the leg and then it's gone, their brain wants to be like, oh my God, I feel something in my right foot, right? Even though there's not a foot there. And part of what causes the phantom pain is, right, if you say like, oh man, my hand itches right now, you look, you see your hand, your brain is like, everything's okay, right? I see the hand there, like, but when you have an amputation, they're like, man, there's like an itch in my foot. They look down, there's no foot there. And their brain, for whatever reason, can't really compute that like everything's okay.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's kind of like, even though you know you don't have a foot and it's actually out there, it's like your brain is like, there's something there. I can feel something. It's a really crazy phenomenon.
Yeah. But okay.
Why it comes about is at least for me, is still a little unknown. Maybe the literature explains it a little better, but yeah, it's like your brain wants that visual feedback, right? Like when you're sleeping, you get like an itch or something, right? You itch.
Oh, okay.
But if nothing's there to itch, it's gonna keep itching, and your brain's gonna be like, what's going on? And,
Okay.
you know, there's varying levels. For some people, it's just an itch. For some people, they get stuck in their bed for a whole day, like it gets really bad.
So you guys, we just got back from the doctor. A lot of things to update. We are on the traffic jam. I was like, what is the best way for me, the best time for me to tell you guys what's going on? So we went on a long talk with them, and I had a lot of options. Not a lot of options, and they definitely, my legs are outdated, as a lot of you already knew that. So I was shown two types of legs that were gonna be the best fit for me. One of them were using some, what is it called? The one that is more expensive? Microprocessor. It was gonna be over $100,000, and we felt we don't want to go that route. Even with insurance covering, it was still gonna be a lot more. So we decided to do on another lower ones, which were gonna be a lot cheaper. Not only a lot cheaper, I asked them, so do I need the microprocessor? They said, to be honest, they are the best option out there, in the sense that they are very, very light. Not only very light, they are made for walking, but you need to charge them every day, just like a wheelchair or something like that, but they need to be charged. I was like, I don't want to go that route as yet. If this goes very well, I may get them in the future. And then I was shown another prosthetic legs that were more on the cheaper side, but still very good too. But those ones, you don't need to charge them, and they don't use microprocessor, because the microprocessor, the advantage of them is that they are made to work like a robot in a way, in the sense that they avoid you from falling a lot better. They are able to balance you very well. Like, they are made for that kind of stuff. And then we started talking, and I thought that, you know what, I haven't had modern legs in many years, and I didn't want to rush legs like that. So what I decided to do, I decided to do something called stubbies. Stubbies is going to be what I practice for 2 or 3 months. And then I will decide, okay, now that I'm more confident, do I want to go with the route of the most expensive one, which is the microprocessor of 100,000, or the a lot cheaper one that I am kind of eyeing them that right now. But I haven't made a decision yet. And we told them that, you know what, now, my husband told them that my wife has been struggling with moving around the house because the house is not carpeted, and she never used to use a wheelchair for a very long time, but now she has to use a wheelchair because she doesn't have any option right now, because the house is not carpeted. And then that's when we went on the route of stubbies, and they said that's the best decision, because I'm gonna be having stubbies for like 2 or 3 months, depending on how comfortable I am feeling about them and having the feel of them, because I don't want them to make me legs that cost a lot of money, and then in the future knowing that I don't think I like them. So as a result, we have decided to get stubbies. But in case I forgot something, my husband may have something more to add. What do you want to say?
No, we're just thoroughly impressed with the technology out there, and they help trying to fit you with some sleeves to help fit you, and we were real impressed. They had a lot of stuff that, even in-house, they already had a lot of stuff that fit really nicely on you, that would prevent blistering and bruising and things like that. So I think you were impressed by that.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to moving forward. We have an appointment coming up pretty soon for the second follow-up, and they make everything in-house. They have their own laboratory in there, and they make everything in-house, so that's pretty cool.
Yes. And they told me to make sure that I'm wearing the clothes that I don't like the most, because we're gonna be dealing with a lot of when they feed you, plastering and all that stuff. So it's very, very, very exciting. This is such a journey that I'm very excited that I'm embarking on. Very long overdue, but I think if God gives me more days, because I always have to say this, that I want 2024 to be the year that I said enough is enough. With me not being active. I mean, I'm 34 years old right now, and I had that 34 years old, 30 years old is the time when your body starts to deteriorate, and I'm late on the game. So I want to get back to being healthy, active in my 30s, because 40 years, it even breaks down more. I'm not saying that if we're over 40 years, you should not do it now. You still have the time. But for me, I was thinking that time to jump on this one. So any more extra stuff you want to add?
Well, the stubby is going to help you boost up your metabolism. You're going to be exercising a lot more. It's going to be a lot easier to move around the house and even outside. And apparently you can walk in the snow in them. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see. Also, your big goal is what? To ride a bicycle someday.
Yeah, apparently people that don't have legs ride bicycles.
Apparently that might be possible, so we'll have to see.
I don't think I want to go on the snow with them. I don't know. But he said I can still go on the snow with them. I'm taking that one on a ride. Let me know what type of videos do you want, and if you have any questions for them, what we'll do, ask someone for this. I'm hoping that this video is going to reach mostly people that don't have legs too. And I'm gonna make sure that I title it in a way that I'm not looking for views or anything like that, but it's gonna go to the right people, because I want this document to be for people that really want legs, and you guys can see the process. And I want to say something that really taught me a lot. You know, medical stuff is extremely expensive, and when you have legs, it's easier to overlook this. Look at me, having to pay, of course, with the insurance can help, having to pay $100,000 for legs just for not having legs. Now I want you to put this in perspective. You that have legs, imagine you don't have to pay anything. This also, after I went on this journey, I realized that I felt really a very sympathy for a lot of moms that cannot conceive, that are going through a lot of stuff, whether it be IVF, stuff that they're paying money for. I can have children. It's easier for me to look at them and be like, yeah, poor you. But when you are in the shoes and the shoes are fitting you very well, you start to realize like what a blessing. And if we have legs, trust me, you are $100,000 richer. More than that, actually. You are that's not even counting physical therapy. If you have legs, you are $100,000 richer. Let that sink in. And I'm hoping that it's gonna give you a type of gratefulness, appreciation in life. Just being able to walk is enough. I know it's easier to cry, oh, I cannot find a job, oh, I cannot do this. Which brings me to my message that I love to share. Count your blessings. Name them one by one. And by the way, I'll leave my gratitude journal that you can purchase. It will help a lot to buy these legs. But the gratitude journal that I have is 31 days gratitude journal, where you count your blessings for 31 days in the way that it hopefully will make you appreciate your day, appreciate your way of going. So I'm hoping that this message will really make you really appreciate things in life and counting your blessings one by one. I'll leave the journal down below for 31 days gratitude journal. Bye guys.